this idea of bringing Senegalese and Gambian wrestlers together, not only for the reason that we are one people, but we also need to learn best practices from other people, particularly from our neighbors. If there is anything that we should learn from any other country, we should always endeavor to learn from Senegal, because they are our next neighbor and they are our cousins. So, you know, that healthy competition is always there between these two countries, because we are one people. Just divided by, of course, colonialism, wherein Senegalese speak French as their official language and we speak English. But apart from that, every other thing is the same. Of course, when it comes to wrestling, it has some cultural connotations. But of course, the people that are eventually going to take part in wrestling are considered to be young people, are considered to be youth. And for that reason, the Minister of Youth and Sports has a stake in this. And it is in recognition of that, that the Honorable Minister for Tourism and Culture has been on the phone with the Honorable Minister for Youth and Sports to say, look, we have this activity coming up. The stakeholders are young people, and we will need your participation in this press conference. And that's why we are here en masse to give her the support that she also deserves. And we applaud her for the foresight. This is all what it takes to build a nation. To be pragmatic, to have initiative, to keep things moving. And it is also in recognition of this that the Ministry of Youth and Sports, in collaboration with the National Sports Council and the Wrestling Association, were involved in a countrywide tour with the sole aim of re-energizing the sports committees in the regions to, of course, bring back wrestling, you know, to the fore. And I have no doubt that if we work together with our concerted effort, wrestling, as it is in Senegal, will go beyond football. Because today I can sit here comfortably and say the amount of spectators that wrestling can now mobilize in Senegal, probably football can't even do it now. It's because it's all down to proper management, proper organization, and the commitment to make it happen. And I can see that commitment here. The fact that these two honorable ministers are here, Apollo is here, even though he has never been a good wrestler. So it tells you that, you know, people are interested in seeing wrestling come back to the fore. And we'll give you all the support that you need. And the Honorable Minister for Tourism and Culture will just reiterate that we are here for you, as you are here for us. You know, in order to revive culture, we need young people. And in order to get the young people involved, the ministry is needed. So it means we can't go without the other. So we have to work in partnership, we have to be in consultation, and I hope that this consultation will continue. And thank God, the both ministers are young people.
Minister for Tourism and Culture, the Permanent Secretary, the promoters, in this case, Apollo, New Century, and Bentley, in our own ways. The impact perhaps that we will have desired will have been difficult or will take us a longer time to achieve. And so within that framework, I want to thank the Honorable Minister very well, you know, for having a very good thoughts in her to invite the Ministry of Youth and Sports. As the PS rightly put it, wrestling will be done by young people. And as we see in Senegal, you know, it is a real source of employment, you know, for people to make a living out of. And if we look at sports, you know, yesterday we saw a good manifestation of that at Independence Stadium, although we lost, you know, quite unfortunately. But it's, we saw where the stadium was filled to capacity. You know, all walks of life, all people from different backgrounds, they are at the stadium. So sports has that capacity to magnetize, bring people together, you know, in a very friendly and very conducive environment. If you are organizing this thing with that spirit between Gambia and Senegal, no doubt, you know, it will get us closer and closer together, and will strengthen the brotherly, sisterly relationship that these two countries, and as you peers put it, that we have the same cultures. We have same cultures, the same people. So, you know, I want to thank you for really, you know, those moves. Now, the second point why this is very important is the fact that, you see, government, we keep saying, alone does not have the resources. We need people out there to complement government efforts. And you as private individuals coming from the Federation of Wrestling, the promoters, the blog, the New Century, it's definitely complementing government efforts in this regard. I hope and pray that others out there will do the same in the other sporting, activities. That you'll have the urge, the desire, the thoughts in you to come out and complement government efforts. And the third point, which is very important to the Ministry of Youth and Sports, is the program that we have started, which is to diversify and decentralize sports. It was based on that, as the peer said, that through the Sports Council, they sent out a token, around the country to give to each region a token so that they can define this. We want to decentralize sports. We want to also diversify sports, not only football. How do we do that? We will be given equitable support, perhaps not equal support, but how can we be equal? If you are very organized, you have to really, really organize before we will give you what perhaps we are giving to the Football Federation. The mayor said we give you. But for now, we will encourage you, and what we can do is to give that equitable support. These are things that the ministry this year and the years coming will be really focused on, to support all sporting associations equitably. So I want you to take note of that. And on that note, Honorable, I very much glad with the peers to be here. He can rest assured of our support. Honorable, as the peer said, is very young, very energetic. She was with us yesterday at the ground, not only being there physically, but spiritually. Pray for us, which I really appreciate it. So Honorable, thank you very much. Thank you all.
Thank you, Abulo, Promotion, New Century, and Block, members of the press. Earlier on by Abulo and the New Century MD. They're coming with a team of over 52 coming from Senegal to support the TFM is coming. RTS will be here. Dezes will also participate. The wrestlers will be competing for the flag. He is the person who revived the Gambia's culture, whether cultural sports or cultural tourism. He is the one who revived it, and we thank him very much, and we believe that wrestling is a popular traditional sport that was in the heart of community entertainment some years back, and social interactions that galvanized communities and fostered peace, understanding, and unity. It basically brought people together. Wrestling not just the values of peace and unity in society and in a country in particular. Therefore, the revitalization of our best traditional sport in the Gambia by Abulo and New Century deserve commendation, and I believe that it is very timely. It is not worthing that, hopefully, the big start of this particular contest will also help to remunerate you, the wrestlers, because it will generate income. We're expecting that people will buy tickets, they will come, they will participate, and from that revenue generated, we will be able to remunerate our wrestlers in the Gambia, because they really need to be remunerated. And as he alluded to earlier on, our two ministries have to work together. We can assure you that we will work together under the dynamic leadership and guidance of His Excellency the President to make sure we make this particular event an annual event. But like he said, we have to be a bit more organized. We have to plan things properly. You need to consult. You need to work with the two ministries, because we are here to serve you. You are making our jobs easier because you are coming up with the ideas and with the initiative. All we do is just to spice it up a little, to give you the support based on our know-how. We have tried to, as much as possible, to get sponsors. Just before we came to this room, AfriCell offered to support them with $100,000. will be the main sponsor of this particular event on Sunday. And if we do well this year, I'm sure the next year, if we organize it, it will be $500,000 to $1 million as a main sponsor. But at least it's a good start. Some of the hotels have also offered to contribute towards the accommodation of Zos and his team and those coming from Dakar. We have provided accommodation for them. We'll provide their breakfast, their lunch, and their dinner. So we thank the stakeholders. Also know that the tour operators are going to be taking tourists on Sunday to watch the wrestling match, because it is something